as we stated, this is like a beginner way of using that, and I'm going to kind of put this down and then do create a brand new application. We're just going to do single blah 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 application, and let's say we need just a text that shows world, hello world. Let's try running that and see if it runs. Um, yeah, yeah. So there is our stuff. It is running. So let's try to because we na tunajaribu hii, let's try to create some kind of menu which some kind of menu ambayo itaonyesha hivi. And let's do a composable, and then we're just going to say menu, and let's say pages to send it to a list of, I don't know, I can say let's create home page, about page, and name. So anybody ideas? Home page, about page, what other page? Settings. Cool, 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 cool. And we're going to be putting all of this inside a row, and then for page and pages, we're just going to put a text, or should we put a button? Let's do buttons for now. So I won't try to make anything clear, I mean anything pretty, but yeah, we can do like just that, I think. So let's render this menu here and see how. Now, notice how right now we haven't done anything about navigation, but this one needs an on click. I don't know why it's not screaming. Uh, Synchronization is in progress, and my IDE is kind of blue. So we need on click. For now, let's just do print line, uh, page is clicked. Yeah, something like that. Just going to make everything simple. So I think I here is our menu, as you can see. So you can click home. Yeah, if I click home, you can see the console says home, about, settings, etc. Cool. Now with all that in place, let's now start setting out our router. So the way Captain works is it has something called a router, and this is where you put everything in. Um, and the moment you do router, it gives you a block called I think router builder. So when I come here, uh, it is just actually it's just a composable. So uh, we'll see. We'll get to that in a minute. But I want you to notice how it has a default thing called the basic navigator here. So when you have a router, you already have some kind of navigator. We're gonna get into navigators much more, but let's just say, okay, now you have your router and you're going to start, uh, you're going to do routes inside here. So routes is the one that comes with something called a routes builder. So there is this function that allows you to create different routes and what, and you can see it has an extension function here called route builder. So you're going to say, now I have a bunch of routes, and you'll start with the first route. And to make things easy, allow me to extract this pages thingy. Let's put it up here because we'll be using it. And then let's do this is pages. This should be a list of strings, I believe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we have that, I like reducing nesting code blocks, so I'll just do that to make things easy. Same implementation, nothing changes. I'm just gonna pass pages here. So for the first route, I want to say this goes to /home. Um, and then we'll say when you come to this page, you're just going to say, welcome to the home page. And then when we do a route, again, let's say this is slash about, then this is going to say, uh, welcome to the about page. And then we know slash route, and then settings, this is the setting page. So we have all our routes here, but we don't have a home route. And let's just try to run this, but don't expect it to show anything of this because we don't have any home route here. So in other words, our router does not know which route should it pick when it's rendering. So it looks like it picked the first one because it said welcome to the home page, but this is kind of undefined behavior even under the hood. We should be able to change it. I'm also noticing something. There is an overlay, so we should put everything inside a column here so that the menu and our routes are ordered properly and there is no overlap. I'll just rerun that one more time. And yeah, you can see, so now we have our menu up here and the thing goes there. The content goes down here. So one thing that the routers have, they do have a start. So you can say, and I think we all have been using this, you can say start with the settings. So when you kind of open this thing like this, it should start with settings. So it's going to say here the settings and whatnot because that is where we told our router to start. So if you don't specify it, it's just going to pick the very first route it meets. But most times you want to be specific about what you're doing. Um, so let's start dealing with navigations here. There are two ways of dealing with navigations. Let's start with the most simple one because we're doing basic, we should go basic. And this one requires us to go inside, to put this menu inside the router. Also, I think. Let me just clarify that one more time. So notice how we have the router and then I have kept the menu and inside the router. I will show you what happens when it is outside the router, but for now, let's just go inside the router. And the moment I put inside the router here, I gain access to something called navigate, right? And I think I can do remember navigate here, right? And oops, sorry, let me just do this. And on click here, I can say for every page, just do navigate, and then I'll pass that. So I'm just taking the page to lowercase, and you can tell the page is just a string. There is nothing more complicated here. So I'm saying for every one of these, I will just navigate to that when that button is clicked. So let's see how that goes. So we are to the home page. When I click about, we are going to the about page. We're going to the settings page, and it is just as easy as that. You see? So what happens if this menu is outside the router? So let me just do exactly how it was initially. When we do this, you should expect a crash. Um, okay, looks like it was graceful, but notice how it is not working and there isn't, the behavior is not defined. And the reason behind that is I'm actually proud that that's not crashing. So give me a moment to be proud of myself. But the reason that is not happening is because there is this remember navigate function. When you're establishing a router, you're setting some context up. It's called the composition local. So the setting of that, that is why we need things to be wrapped inside the router because it kind of sets up everything and it gives you access to be using different kind of things. One of the example is this one, remember navigate, and we'll see how how we'll keep on seeing like different functionalities from here on out. But basically that's that. So I think let me see. Yeah. we can put like an index something, uh, and then this one becomes, I don't know, welcome to the main page. Sounds reasonable, sound realistic. And now because we don't have a start, I think by default it starts with a slash. That is why it didn't crash. So likely it will be matching this than any other because that is the starting point. And we all have already seen this. That is the main page, but we can go home, about, blah, blah, blah. All of that is there. Cool. Um, so let's talk about nested routing. Nested routing, uh, let me stop this video first.